Hello, how are you? Good evening, everyone. Today we are going to talk about an important topic which is called as six weaknesses of human being. So I will take you this lesson in a very comfortable and easy understanding way. The audio will be, the teaching mode will be in English. So I hope it will be easy for everyone to understand. And some of the requests came from our subscribers to talk some of the topics in astrology in English. I am definitely going to do that. Thanks for once again, people from Singapore, people from China, and people from the far eastern countries are watching our channel. It is a very good indication for our channel. Thanks, everyone. So today we are going to speak about six weaknesses. So the moment you understand about six weaknesses, the first question you have to understand is, in the Kalapurusha, the sixth house is called as Virgo. It is an earth sign, and we all are living in earth. And Mercury is also an earth planet. And he is having a special status. So what is the special status? The special status is, it is owner of the own sign, and also it is exalted there. Because we all are having that six weaknesses when we live in the planet Earth. And Mercury is represented as kids in astrology. Kids are always fickle-minded. They don't know what to do when. That is why it is called as six weaknesses. It is inbuilt in the human beings, whether it is male or female, it is already there. Today we are going to understand what is the relationship between Moon and Mercury, and which six planets contribute to the six weaknesses, and which three planets are getting away. Because we know that there are 9 planets, Navagrahas. If you go to any temple or if you have studied astrology, you know that there are Navagrahas. So we only talk about six weakness. Then there should be 3 planets which are walking away without weakness. We should understand which are these 3 planets which are walking away from the weakness, and which are the other 6 people or cause of the weakness. And before we understanding, we have to understand the relationship between Moon and Mercury. Moon is said to be our mother. And Moon rules the happiness, the house of happiness of 4th house. He is also exalted in Taurus, Rishabha. So these two become very crucial houses. One is the house of sustenance, and one is the house of money. Second house is the house of Kudumba and money, bank balance. And the 4th house is the house of happiness, shelter. And everybody who is actually looking in the astrology, asking questions, everybody, if you finally come into what you want exactly in life, will only ask for only 2 things. Sir, how can I be happy? Please let me know how I will be sustained in this world. These 2 questions are quite normal. And Moon wants, which mother will not like the baby? That is why in the relationship pattern in astrology also, Moon is having a friendship with Mercury in the Naisargika Sambandha. Whereas the Mercury is treating the Moon as an enemy, because Moon, the mind, is trying to overcome your weakness. And Mercury is more stronger than the Moon because it is having the rulership and exaltation sign. It says, no, I cannot listen you. Go. I will be indulged in one of these 6 weaknesses only. Some people may have alterations, some variations they may have. Some people may have longer moha. Some people may have a higher level of Krodha. Some people may have higher level of lobha. So these all are quite common. But until you overcome your weakness, the Mercury is not going to allow you to live in this world happily, that too especially in the planet Earth, because he is the controller of your karma. Now I will tell you what is the reason for that. He will not allow you to achieve anything in your life, because the Panchanga element, Karana, is ruled by Mercury. And since the Panchanga element Karana is ruled by Mercury, and Karana is meant for greater achievements in your life. What for you came into this life? To prove to somebody that I am the supreme, or I can able to do some kind of a good work for the society, for the planet Earth, etc. Then only it will make your life meaningful. But if the Karana, the Mercury itself is highly indulged in these six weaknesses, how are you going to overcome it? It's very difficult, right? So that is why the understanding of the six weaknesses and how to study in the chart, how to find and give you guidance is a very important activity of an astrologer. So everyday progress, the people have to rise somewhere spiritually. Otherwise, you cannot be successful in your life. You also can do mistakes. Everyone can do mistakes. But who is going to get that self-realization one day that you did that mistake that day, cannot able to overcome this weakness. This weakness will come to your life, attack you, your doors, and also knock you down. So today we are going to take three of such weaknesses, as it is going to be a continuation topic, or I will probably pick only two of them, talk about today, and the rest I will continue with the subsequent lessons. So if you see any of the astrology channel today, people will be talking about Dasamsa, people will be talking about Navamsa, some people may be keen about to understand about their marriage, somebody is keen to understand when the promotion will happen, etc. But you also should understand, because of your own weakness, you are not able to achieve, whether it is marriage or it is career. Or if you're asking for house, maybe one of the weakness is not allowing you to take your house. Maybe one of your weakness is not making making you wealthy. You should know that, because the element Karana is under the control of Mercury. That is why Mercury is exalted in Virgo, and it is not allowing, it is always attacking the moon, so that the moon is not able to give you happiness, and as well as the second house exaltation, which is called as sustenance. That is why nobody else in this world is sustained. Having all the time tensions, all the time miserable scenario, many people are not happy in this world. Lot of dukh, lot of unhappiness. Everything is coming due to what? Because of the six weakness. Today we are going to take up two of them, and one of them is called as Mada. Mada is ruled by Saturn. As I told you, three planets are walking away from the weakness, so only six of them are participating in the weakness or contributing weakness for you. One of them is Saturn. And Saturn, if it is very badly placed in one of the divisional chart where the weakness have to be seen, it will spoil you with intoxication. It will spoil you with bad habits such as alcohol or any other bad habits wherein you are completely intoxicated. So when you get intoxicated, the Saturn's own, the Mula Trikona will be very happy because Rahu is there. It will make you to completely be in a complete loga of Mada. And it is the 10th house Saturn where the karma, you are completely in the Mada. 7th house Digbala Saturn make you to completely want off to the desire. So what is basically Saturn is called in astrology is about slave. So you are actually becoming a slave for your own mind because of that intoxication or the bad habit which got inside you. Because of which the weakness Mercury conquered the moon, the mind, and because of which your sustenance, your wealth, your bank position, your kudumba, your happiness all went into a toss. You want that kind of scenario in your life? I don't know anybody will voluntarily take it. But this six weakness will push you on a certain situation, provided your chart is having that particular thing in your. So astrologers should actually see from the chart without you informing that you have a bad habit. He should mark. That is the strength of the astrology. So I am also requesting once again to our audience, do not tell me what is there in your chart. Never ask any astrologer asking about your own weakness and asking him to take a help. Never do that. Astrologers, if they are good ones, are capable to find your weakness and also be a better guide to advise you to come out of this weakness. And today, many of the people are talking about the Samsa, Navamsa, this, that, everything. But nobody is talking about the weaknesses, and nobody is talking about because of this weakness, it is causing you misery, causing you the misery in your life. Nobody talks about it. And because the intoxication happens, your mind becomes a slave for either a person or to an object or to a substance like wine or alcohol or woman, for example. You are completely intoxicated with that. When you are in Mada, you become a slave. That is what it is called as Mada. Now you understood what is Mada. Whenever you want to understand Mada, you have to travel in the path of Saturn and find out. Then you see that the 10th house, the karma, is ruled by Saturn. If Mada is there in a person, what will happen to the career? Career will be completely gone. There will be a break in the career. And if Saturn is also the Mol Trikona for 11th house of income and also the gains, what will happen to the gains? The gains also will go into the toss. So if a person is coming to you for horoscope consultation and he's saying that, sir, my life has gone for this problem, that problem, etc. If the astrologers are not seeing the weakness and straight away started telling something, you will next dasha will go like this is absolutely absurd. So you always should tell them you had indulged in the bad habit of this. Because of this, if it is Mada, your 10th house is going to be a problem. 11th house will be a problem. You cannot stand immediately after an accident, can you? You will be admitted in the ICU for a number of days, number of treatment. Then only you will come to normalcy. How come by somebody saying that you wear a gem, a green gem or a red gem, everything will be over? Do you think that will be possible? No way. Suppose this sixth house is also called as accident. Remember that. Any kind of weakness is also an accident. That will come like an accident. When you are meeting with an accident, how that will happen? You are run away by a lorry, for example. You will get admitted to a ICU. And your body parts will be having damage. You think that you can run away from the next day as normal as you are? No way. So, Mada is dangerous, which is caused by Saturn. Today, another malefic I am taking for talking, that is for this topic, is Krodha. Krodha is ruled by Mars. And if you really understand the Mars structure, Mars is the ruler of the first house of brain. God has made you basically as a person of anger because you are aggressive, you need fights. There will be possibility that you will explode one day because of anger, but you should be able to find out why it is happening. The third house is also the significator. Wherever the competition happens, if a person losing the fight or the fight happens, automatically the anger cultivates. Because third house is a house of communication where the Mars has been kept as a significator. How strange it is. So when and that too in the house of Mercury, you see how the weakness cultivates. Krodha comes in picture. Krodha comes in the form of communication. It will spread like a forest fire. And Krodha also, third house is having two kind of buddhi. One is durbuddhi. And durbuddhi will activate at a point of second with the anger, because anger is such, you will completely having the brain collapsed due to the first house, the Mol Trikona of Mars. Because it's a Mol Trikona of Mars, your brain will be completely indulged with fighting. So you don't understand what are you picking up. You may be picking up a gun to shoot your dearest friend. How dangerous it is. Krodha is always very dangerous. Eighth house is a house of own house of Mars, and you see the eighth house. It is the eighth house of transformation. The eighth house is a house of disappointment and sorrow. So, if anybody after a very tough argument or a fight, can anyone be happy in this world? No way. The people will have sorrow. And you can see the 10th house of anger. Can you perform in your karma with a lot of anger inside you? No way. You have to work very peacefully. But there, the anger has been kept in such a way that if it cultivates that your boss is not going to keep you anymore, he will ask you to quit immediately, because anger may make your karma to spoil as well. That is why in the 10th house, you are having two big malefics which are having with weakness as well. So those who are having these two weaknesses cannot have a good career, or the career curve may not be smooth. There will be always having some issues, break. So if it can come from Mada or it can come from Krodha. If Krodha attacks, the boss will not like you. The boss may ask you to go. If Mada attacks, the person completely indulged in intoxication and career gone. And immediately the person wants solution from an astrologer. How it is possible? Practically, it is not possible. You got hit with two bigger malefics. One is Saturn, another is Mars. So the first object or the first duty of the astrologer to find out whether the person who is coming to you is having one of these two defects. One is Mada and other is Krodha. Both can attack the carrier straight away. How strange, right? Right. Now, this particular Mars is also the first house, which is a Mol Trikona for Mars. 8th house is the own house, and 10th house is exaltation, and the 4th house is the house of debility. And if you see all these points, 1, 8, 10, which is the three major points of Mars, it has kept for longevity. So the more the anger the person is looking for, the person is actually losing his temper, losing his life, losing his longevity. That is why people want always a smile at your face. Some kind of music or some kind of laughter is very important in your life to keep your longevity going, because the Mars, the Krodha can kill you. The Mars, the Krodha can kill you. That is why Mars is said to be a killer. Since Mars is a killer, you have to be extremely careful with this killer, because Krodha can kill you, can kill others. The same anger can make the complete country to collapse because of war. How many history has happened because of Mars? Battles, war, everything has happened because of only one thing, is called as Krodha. Simple and very effective. So two bigger malefics joining the participation with more Mada and Krodha. I have put two of them just parallel to each other for you to understand who are these two malefics controlling these two weaknesses. And Mercury is purposefully kept in the 6th house, because 6th house where the Mercury exalts, because you need a lot of buddhi to use so that you can come out of this weakness. But buddhi usage is not so easy. For everybody's chart, Mercury is not exalted. Only the natural Kalpurusha it is exalted, but not for the other human beings. So you have naturally got that weakness inside you, and you have to find out. That is the purpose. That is why many people are taking birth with different ascendants. So your 6th house is not going to be the same Mercury, Virgo, and it is not going to be the same exaltation. So you will naturally be having the birth which is going to be having weaknesses, and you have to find a way to eliminate. And also you should understand before coming to the astrologer, or ask the astrologer also, what is my weakness? Understand that and what is the solution for it. Before that, don't jump into, sir, can I get married, sir? Can I get my career promotion this time, sir? Can I get this, sir, that, sir? But this is not going to answer unless you understand your own weakness. Because ultimately you are asking for karana, achievement in the earth, whether it is coming from marriage, or it is coming from profession, or it is coming from anywhere else. You are looking for karana. And when you are looking for karana, Mercury will say, okay, finally you come to me, because I am the person who decides achievement means what. And for that, you have to have karana. That is why 10th house, the carrier's main significator is Mercury. And how many of the people have talked about Karana today? Nobody. Have you seen anybody talking Karana in this? Very hardly, very few people talk about it when it comes to profession. Why? Because lack of knowledge. Because first you have to understand where the weaknesses are, and wherever the weaknesses are, you will not also can able to go into this direction because you have a weakness there. How can you go into the direction? And somebody is asking for, sir, can I go to the army? Oh, very good. But if you are having a weakness which is not supposed to have in the army's career, you cannot go there because the army fellows also will know the weakness inside you. They will not keep you. Suppose you are going to the army where you are having excessive mada, nobody is going to recruit you because they want very strong force. Okay. More Krodha is okay, but if you are willing for joining an army and you are having more mada inside you and you are willing to join the army, the people who are recruiting you are not idiots. They know that your weaknesses in the form of interview itself, or when they luckily you got the recruitment. So, for example, by mistake they are recruiting you. Maybe in hardly 6 months' time they will understand what is your weakness. They will not allow you to keep. They will not make you to be staying in this profession longer. So you have to understand what are that weakness which may cause my own fall. And these 6 weaknesses are Kam, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. And those who want to know which weaknesses are inside you, though it is very hard for you to accept, because many people, when they are discussing with me, especially astrology, they don't even accept that they have a weakness. That is a problem. But we, from the chart, if your time birth is correct, we will exactly tell you that this weakness is inside you. Whether it is hard for you to believe, it is none of my business. But if I am saying it is 100%, it will be accurate. And the very first job for any of the human being is to ask, what is my weakness? Wherever the weakness, if you are not yet conquered, that will cause you, your mind, to be weakened. If the mind is weakened, you cannot achieve anything because mind is everything. That is why Moon is closely rotating the Earth, Mercury. So you can see these two planets association, Moon and Mercury. Mercury is here, which is fixed Earth, and Moon is continuously rotating, continuously fastly rotating. And why it is fastly rotating? Because he wants to keep on advising the Mercury not to do this, not to do this. But Mercury keep on telling the Moon, sorry, I will do that, I will do that, I will do that. So this continues until you self realize that this mistake happened. I should not continue anymore. The day which it happens to you, you are becoming a very good human being and you can able to control your 6 weakness inside you. And this 6 weakness, as I told you, it is common for both male and female. There is no distinguish between male and female. And only the proportion varies. Some people may have 60% Krodha, 40% Mada. And think about the question which you are asking after knowing the weakness what you have. And the weakness always will make life some problems. Always remember that. Without that, you will never go to any astrologers. If you are going to astrologers or watching for astrology, definitely it means that you have a weakness. That is why you are looking for somebody to give you solution. But unfortunately, nobody can give you solution unless you yourself have to conquer the weakness. That is why most of the astrologers' predictions also may get failed because they are not seeing the weakness inside you and they are just giving you some remedies, they are just giving you some solutions, they are just giving you some predictions which are coming in the future, will never working, is never coming into life. Because as I told you in my previous video also, I don't know where it was for Tamil audience, so I'm repeating again. So astrology is always like a train. So if engine is a Rashi chart, there will be number of bogies, which are called as divisional charts in astrology. And all of the total compartments that is from the engine to the compartment, and also the last one, which is for uh, the person who is monitoring the while the train is passing through. All these have to reach the destination, which is supposed to the train is supposed to go. But one of the compartments is not good, for example, that compartment will be having trouble. And if you have one of these weaknesses, all right from the engine to the different bogies have one problem or another, because of which there will be complaints. Without that, the complaints never exist. There should be complaints because you have this. How beautiful. You have to find out the way, and there are methods to eliminate each one of these weaknesses. If you really go to a good astrologer, they are capable to give you the right solution to conquer the weakness. Any weakness, whatever you have. Okay? Thanks a lot. Welcome once again. If you like this video, like, share with your friends, relatives, and also you can ask any doubts which are related to your own weakness in your chart. You're welcome. And also if you want to ask for your friends or relatives, you're welcome again. And do subscribe the channel and watch, because subscription make some of the special courses free of cost, which you will not get elsewhere. We are going to start up the free course, How to Find a Profession on a Traditional Method, which is going to start from September 25. And if you want that course free of cost, kindly subscribe, because some of the important video of that course will not be given for the general audience. So please, those who want to pursue the course also, once the course has started, do ask for the free course. It is freely available to everyone. And I also request you to participate in my quizzes, which are coming in the Facebook. And if you want to enhance your knowledge on finding what profession is suitable to you. Thanks a lot once again.